In the heart of America's Midwest, a chilling tale emerges from the summer of 1974, forever etched in the memory of one man. Henry, now 55, shares his harrowing encounter with the Dogman, a story that blurs the line between reality and the stuff of nightmares. As a young boy, Henry spent his days immersed in the rural landscape, fishing, hunting, and exploring the woods near his uncle's farm. But that fateful summer, while working in the fields, an unsettling presence lurked at the edge of his consciousness, a feeling of being watched from the tree line. Little did he know this was merely the beginning of a terrifying ordeal that would shake the very foundations of his understanding of the world. Join us as we delve into Henry's chilling account, a story of strange creatures, unexplained disappearances, and a sinister cover-up that has haunted him for decades. Brace yourself for a journey into the heart of darkness, where the line between man and beast blurs, and the truth is far more terrifying than any legend. This is Henry's story, a testament to the mysteries that lurk in the shadows of our world, waiting to be revealed. I grew up in the country, fishing, hunting, and practically living in the woods. One summer, I went to stay with my uncle and aunt. My uncle worked for a sheep farmer and got me a job there cutting corn out of beans. I wanted to buy a mini bike. If memory serves me, it was 1974 or 1975. I'll never forget that summer. The farm owner would come and pick me up, dropping me off at the field to begin work. Every 30 minutes, my uncle would go by, and so did the farm owner, so I wasn't just left all day alone. I always felt watched from the wood line, but tried to blow it off. Several days went by, and on Friday night I had made enough money to get my used mini bike. I had a blast putting around my uncle's yard. Sunday night came, and I was riding around the yard when I noticed these huge trucks that I didn't recognize go flying by with their beds covered with canvas tarps. About 9 p.m., I put the mini bike in my uncle's shed and locked the door. As I headed towards the back door, I noticed two huge dog-like things watching me from across the pond. I told my uncle, and he had me show him. They were coming towards us across the levee, not seeming skittish, just sauntering along, watching us with what seemed to be determination. My uncle got in the truck, retrieved his .30-30, and fired a shot just in front of them. They veered off and ran down the hill towards the fence. When they reached it, they stopped and then stood upright like humans. Needless to say, we were shocked. They jumped the fence like a human would, and then we lost sight of them. We headed back to the house, and while I ate supper, my uncle went to his boss's house to inform him about these strange dogs. We still thought they were some kind of canine animal. The next morning, I was taken to the field, but this time, I was given a 12-gauge single-shot shotgun along with a box of ammo. I was told not to shoot unless I had to, so I went to work. Now, anyone living in a farming community knows that everyone is familiar with their neighbors around the area. A few days passed, and one evening, my uncle's boss came flying into the driveway, white as a ghost. My uncle and he were talking as I rode up to them. My uncle told me to tell my aunt to lock herself in the house, and for me to grab his rifle and come back to the truck. I did as he said. We turned left out of the driveway and headed towards a farmer's house we knew. My uncle was quiet, and all he said was, "Give me a beer out of the cooler." This older farmer we were going to check on lived about a quarter-mile away. Nobody had seen him or his wife out and about, so we headed there. What we saw still haunts me to this day. As we pulled up to the house, you could see that the picture window was completely busted out. There was blood everywhere inside the living room and outside the window. My uncle called the county police. We didn't see the farmer or his wife, but from what we could see, it wasn't going to be good. We sat in the vehicle while my uncle chugged one beer after another. About an hour later, the police showed up and began asking questions about what happened. After a few minutes, they began investigating the area. We were told not to touch anything as we showed them around. We searched the yard, then headed west towards a farm road through the trees. We hadn't gotten far when an officer up ahead began screaming for us to get back. We didn't go look, but from what we were told, they found both the husband and wife torn to pieces. A few days passed and 4 more people went missing not far from the first missing couple. An older farmer and his wife were taking feed back to the cows when something pulled them off the tractor and mauled them. The tractor went on past the attack area, down into a ditch where it ran out of fuel. The last 2 people were out in the hog barn when they were attacked and partially eaten. These strange military-looking guys showed up and began telling us, and everyone in that area, it was just wild dogs. It was a huge cover-up. We all got questioned and threatened. They were all over hunting these things. It started and ended as quickly as it began. During this time, lots of livestock were killed by these creatures. One night, my uncle and I were bedding sows down when my aunt called the office and said something was prowling around the house. We jumped in the truck and headed home. Before we got there, she went out to feed her Doberman. When she unlocked the shed door, something hit her from the back, and as she fell, the Doberman jumped out, attacking this creature. While my aunt got up and headed into the house, that dog was fighting for its life. As we pulled into the driveway, we found a grisly sight. My aunt's dog was torn up and placed on the fence as if it was telling us that it could do anything, and there was nothing we or anyone could do. That was the final incident, and shortly after, my uncle and aunt moved away. We never went back, but once in a while we still talk about everything that happened that summer. As we reach the end of Henry's chilling tale, we're left with more questions than answers. The events of that fateful summer in 1974 have left an indelible mark on Henry's life, a haunting reminder that the world we live in is far more complex and mysterious than we often dare to imagine. The strange creatures, the brutal attacks, and the unsettling cover-up by mysterious military personnel all point to a reality that exists beyond the veil of our everyday understanding. Henry's story is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit in the face of the unknown, and a powerful reminder that the truth, no matter how terrifying, demands to be told. At DeadNet Studios, we're committed to bringing these stories to light, to exploring the darkest corners of our world and confronting the mysteries that lurk there. Henry's account is just one of many, a single thread in a tapestry of strange and inexplicable events that span the globe. We thank Henry for his bravery in coming forward and sharing his story with us. It's through the courage of individuals like him that we're able to piece together a more complete picture of the world we live in, one that challenges our assumptions and dares us to look deeper. If you've had a similar experience, if you've encountered something that defies explanation, we encourage you to reach out to us at DeadNet Studios. Together we can work to unravel the mysteries that surround us, to shed light on the dark places and confront the unknown head-on. Until next time, keep your eyes open and your mind sharp. The truth is out there, waiting to be discovered. With DeadNet Studios, you're never alone in your journey into the strange and the unexplained.
In the shadows of the digital night, we wandered far